Hey guys, it's Hannah. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so we're going to talk about friendship today.
Yay.
This is my best friend, Courtney.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
And she's amazing. She has been my best friend since high school. After my senior year of high school, I moved to Boston, and about 2 to 3 years later, I had a bipolar breakdown and was diagnosed with bipolar 2 and put into a mental hospital. Okay, but let's back up. So in high school, we were best friends, but when I left for college, I completely disconnected. Hung up the phone, didn't respond to texts, didn't respond to AIM or whatever we used to do, Facebook, from my friends back home, because I was trying to run away from those emotions and the emotional pain and the fact that I couldn't keep up with that image that I was trying to portray back home. So I'm going to be asking her questions I've never really asked her today about our friendship and what she must have thought when I was gone. So it's going to be quite the ride. We've had quite a journey, so I'm excited to ask her these questions.
Get ready.
Okay, so we're just having girl time. But when I left for college and left for Boston, I, disappeared from Courtney's life. And one of the questions I've never really asked her, which has been selfish of me, I'm so sorry,
It's okay.
is, what must you have thought when I left, when I disappeared?
She was in a whole new environment.
Yeah.
Everything was completely new to her. So I just thought at the end of the day that she was literally kind of doing her own thing and being happy there.
I had a bipolar breakdown, so I was 19, almost 20, and I was put in a mental hospital and diagnosed with bipolar 2, and I've been in Raleigh, North Carolina, our home, ever since. And then my good friend and I, Courtney, reconnected out of the blue, about, I would say, close to a year after I had gotten out of the hospital.
Was it a year?
Yeah, it was a year.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was a year. It was close to a year. I didn't tell anybody about my diagnosis of bipolar 2. I would withdraw and be so distant from Courtney, not respond to text, leave. And you must have been like, I must be a crappy friend. Like, you must have thought on you, you must have been a crappy friend, or like she must be mad at me.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I think I just took it more personally in our relationship and honestly didn't even really think about Hannah and why she wasn't responding or anything. And I just kept asking myself, what did I do wrong at the end of the day? And did I do something horribly in our friendship?
Yeah.
I thought of all the things running through my head, and I couldn't think of anything. And it was just kind of hard to deal with, because when you have a friend you talk to pretty much 24/7, and then sometimes you don't hear from them for, say, 2 weeks or a month, you start to think, well, what did I do?
Yeah.
Is she mad at me? Things run through your head.
Yeah, no, sorry about that.
Yeah.
No, but then I came out, and I came out of like the, it started to say to people, all right, I'm coming forward, like, about this thing I got to tell you about. Remember that time that I was gone for quite some time?
That's what happened.
Yeah. This is what happened. I was diagnosed with bipolar 2. I had a breakdown, and I think it was like a lot thrown on someone at one point. And I don't, like, for real, have never asked you, what did you even think, like, when I told you I had bipolar? Were you surprised?
I think at first you think, when you hear the term bipolar or mental conditions or
mental illness
or anything, you think, to be honest, you think, wow, this person is unstable.
Right.
And they're crazy.
Yeah.
And they can lash out any minute. And that's more of
the stigma and stuff.
Exactly.
It's good that you're saying that, though, because that's an honest answer.
As a best friend, I had that stigma too, or those thoughts. And then when she told me, of course it developed over time, as we got more into the discussions of everything, but it kind of made sense as to why sometimes she withdrew, or why I wouldn't hear from her, or why she would act a certain way, during a certain moment. I don't know if the word shocked is the right word to use. Just more so like...
caught off guard?
Yeah, like, wow.
Yeah.
Or just like, my literally best friend is bipolar.
Right.
When you hear of other people that you don't associate with being bipolar. Or
Right.
the media.
Right, because
Yeah.
like, and that is like, I am so glad that you brought that up because you're giving it such an honest answer. That's like such a huge problem. You see in the news like these people that are like ridiculous, and it's like, oh, they're bipolar and all the terminology that's used. So I could only imagine that like what Courtney was thinking at the time, that it's like, oh, I'm bipolar. It's probably like she had like, oh my gosh, like, geez, should I invite her over to sleep over
And
anymore?
I always knew Hannah was an interesting one, but in a good way.
Now that it's been a couple of years that you have like, it's like a new awakening. You've been my best friend knowing I have bipolar.
Right.
What would you give as advice to people out there?
Right.
To someone that has a best friend that struggles with a mental like health condition, that's going through something.
Right. I think a lot of it is making sure that you do keep constant communication, whether it's your friend or it's yourself. And because sometimes I feel like if I withdraw, then she might withdraw. So I think sometimes you have to keep that constant communication to kind of keep it going sometimes, and knowing that you're here for them no matter what's going on, if it's good, if it's bad, no matter what it is. Even confront them sometimes. Hey, Hannah, I know we haven't talked. I don't know.
Like,
Say,
be
in like a week
open,
or two,
yeah.
and be open and say, I hope everything's okay with you. Let me know if you need anything, and just
Yeah.
kind of be there for support.
So many people with a mental like disorder, with a mental health condition, think this way, that we're helping people by not being honest.
Correct.
Because I wasn't honest. I used to make up stuff. Like I would say, oh, I've got the flu. Courtney probably thought I was sick 365 days out of the year.
Right.
And
or for example,
Yeah.
and hey, we have plans, and then last minute Hannah feels
Yeah.
bad. Well, really, it might be because
Right.
something's going on.
But I
And
would
it's
make up
just-
an excuse.
Right.
I thought I was helping by withdrawing. Instead, like you said, you thought you were, you didn't know what was going on. You felt like
thought it was all me.
you thought it was all
Yeah,
you.
right.
Yeah, which, geez, I mean, I don't blame you for that. We assume that they're going to judge us because we struggle to understand what the hell is going on inside of our head. So we assume that they're going to judge us, and we keep it to ourselves, and then we're upset because you don't understand. And there were so many times I would be mad at Courtney when she didn't understand. Now that I'm older and I've opened up this conversation with her, I just never explained it. And now that I've explained it, it's changed her perspective on mental health, and she didn't judge me. And now when I look back on it, I was the one judging her because I was saying, you're judgmental.
Right.
You're going to judge me. And that's not something that we do maliciously. It's
just
almost
natural.
Yeah, it's natural. It's natural. Just because you look on the TV and it's like, I mean, like you said, like, is she unstable when you first heard? That's why it's so important, like, to talk about it. What I've learned about Courtney and I's friendship is even if she doesn't fully grasp it, she's a support. Best friends, they support each other, regardless of your opinion, your bias,
Your background.
it doesn't matter. There's two sides to every story, and it's important that Courtney, was honest today and gives her side of the story, how she was hurt by what happened. It wasn't just all about me. How many years, leave your comments below, like how many years or did you ever, or have you ever like told your close family, your best friend, like when did you tell them? Please, please, please leave your comments below. Thank you, Courtney. She's
Thank
my
you,
best friend. I love her so
everyone.
much.
Great to meet.
Yeah,
you guys.
They're amazing. I love these people. And subscribe now to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel and you'll see my videos on that.
Subscribe today.
That's right. That's a best friend for you.
Yep.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. Go out and give your best friend a hug. Aww.
Oh.
Bye.